So we all realize the positive mind and the negative mind. And as yoga teachers, as yoga practitioners, we always try to catch ourselves if the mind is negative. If the mind is thinking negatively and we are prone to performing negative actions, then we have a tendency to catch that. We are training ourselves to catch that negativity. And that is the essence of karma, how karma can be avoided or how karma is going to be created. So we all realize the things that are not to be done. That is inbuilt in our conscience. Our conscience tells us the right way and the wrong way. That's like our internal navigation system. This internal navigation system will be responsible for the kind of karma that we will create. So each human being, no matter how good a person is or no matter how bad a person is, every person is responsible for creating karma. And even if a person has created a lot of negative karma, a lot of bad karma in their life and done a lot of negative things, there is still retribution for them through the practices of yoga and meditation. So when the body is ill, the mind automatically will also be ill, will also be disturbed. So we can suffer in the body or we can suffer in the mind. Now in yogic science, the ancient yogis have understood very clearly that suffering in the body or disease in the body is first caused in the mind. So all diseases, according to the ancient yogic sciences, begins in the mind. So the physical disease is only a reflection of the disease that exists in the mind. This is a very important yogic concept for us to grasp and explore and understand in our personal yoga practice. For us to be able to find the positive response in every situation, we have had to have done our inner work, our inner purification. So if we have been able to purify the mind, purify the body through the principles of the yoga practice which we've talked about earlier, proper diet, practice of asana, pranayama, meditation, chanting of your mantra, selfless service, karma yoga, introspection through raja yoga, swadhyaya, self-study, all these tools that we have for inner purification will allow us to find a positive response to every situation. So it's the training of our bodies, the training of our minds, which will allow us to be positive, to be confident, to be self-assured when we find these positive responses. So our training on the yoga path is very essential to be able to create good karma, in other words, good speech, pleasant speech, uplifting speech, and good actions. So we have to find the positive aspect of every moment in our life. If there is suffering, there is a reason for that suffering. And the simple way to understand the suffering is we are learning the law of karma. So suffering is a result of bad karma that we've accumulated from maybe another life. So a lot of times the question comes up, my life has been very good and I've tried to do good things in my life, yet I am suffering. What is the reason for that? And that question we answer when we study prarabdha karma, or the karma that's coming from previous lives. So there's certain karma that we have not yet burnt from previous life, and that will be burnt through the suffering that we have to experience in this life. So we look at suffering positively. The suffering is an opportunity for us to experience the bad karma that we might have committed in a previous life or maybe in this life, just depending on how your life is unfolding. So when we think of the word suffering in the body or in the mind, as a practitioner of yoga, we have to always take that positively. We must not allow that suffering to pull us down, to allow that suffering to make us depressed and look at life negatively. No, that's not the reason why the universe is putting suffering in our path. So the universe is putting karma back in front of us, when it shows us suffering, the universe is putting karma right in front of us and telling us how karma is working. So suffering always has to be taken positively. So the word karma translates as action. But when we examine the law of karma, it's the law of cause and effect. For example, if you take some seeds and you plant them in the soil and you start to water the soil, after some time the seeds will become flowers. That's how karma works. The law of karma means if you plant, say, 25 seeds into the soil, will all the 25 seeds become flowers? No. Some of the seeds may not be good seeds. They will not become flowers. But the other seeds which are good seeds will become flowers. That's how the law of karma works. When you put good actions into the universe, good things will come back to you. When you put negative actions into the universe, negative things will come back to you. Maybe not in the same form that you put the negative things out. It will come back in a different form, but the negativity has to come back based on the law of karma, which we simply call cause and effect. To every action, there's a reaction. So we want good things, good actions to come back to us in positive ways. So that's how the law of karma is working. The important thing as a yoga practitioner, as a yoga teacher to understand is that the karma is a law. There are no accidents in the universe. That's a very important concept to grasp. Nothing in the universe is happening by accident. Every person that you meet in your life, you are destined to have met that person, to gather new experiences, to learn something from that experience. So everything in your life has been pre-orchestrated, has been designed perfectly, and that's the law of karma working to perfection. When we start to understand the law of karma, then our life starts to make more and more sense. We have more clarity in our life because we understand how the law of karma is working.